I've just been in a bit of a funk lately. Multiple video ideas lost to lack of motivation, stuff going on in real life. I don't know, I need something fun to do, something classic that I can just gush about without any worry, something that doesn't care about algorithms or anything, just something...
Mario Kart Wii!
Oh, hell yeah! Mario Kart Wii, the best Mario Kart, no exceptions. Sure, Mario Kart 64 had a pretty good battle mode, and sure, Mario Kart Double Dash had the buddy system, but neither of them have Funky Kong, so fuck you. But before we can even play Mario Kart Wii, we need a Mii, so let me just boot up the Mii channel and make something horrid. I'll start with a lookalike, so this will be kind of a face reveal. You'll see what I kind of look like in Mii form, just gotta find what that looks like me. Markiplier! We're ready, I don't need anyone else. Mario Kart Wii has many modes, including big racing, little racing, timed racing, and weapon racing. Since I'm alone and ugly, I go to Grand Prix, 50cc is the first class, and I pick Toad, Markiplier's Persona, and hop into the first cup. Mario Kart Wii has 32 tracks in the game, and as I make my Herculean descent through all of them, I will make humorous comments. Luigi Circuit is the dictionary definition of simple. It's an oval with one shortcut in quotations. Let's look at the gameplay. In case you didn't notice, this is a racing game. But where are the traffic violations? Driving feels good and drifting is satisfying, gaining speed and whipping past other drivers feels great, but of course we're on 50cc, so we're as slow as my work ethic, but that doesn't change the fact that overall, this feels like a fast game, so good on it. To keep the younger generations entertained, I'm gonna flip-flop back and forth between talking about the courses and the gameplay, so try to keep up here. Moo Moo Meadows dares to propose the question of real mammals in the Mario universe. Mario Kart Wii is probably well known for its items and the lack of balance on handing them out. Mushrooms, green shells, red shells, and bananas are all par for the course in terms of balance and use. I mean, sometimes I get a triple banana first, which I'm not gonna complain, but this seems unfair when I'm already creaming the computers. Mushroom Gorge. Real men only take the bouncy mushroom path. I don't even know what this part of the course looks like. The bad item balancing becomes much more apparent in the middle placements. You can get a bullet bill or a mega mushroom within the first 15 seconds if you're anywhere near the bottom half, which lets you do a trick called item smuggling. Drop to 8th place, grab a bullet bill, drift like no tomorrow to the top 3 or even first place, and then use it to blast ahead. Now, granted, this doesn't work that well since the computers are scummier than I and have rubber banding, but it's the ego boost from pulling it off that keeps me going. I like Toad Factory because it implies they can unionize if they wanted to. They just choose to be subservient. Honestly, the only other item that's worth talking about in terms of balance is the blue shell, or the spiny shell as some call it for some reason. Look, it's green shell, red shell, blue shell. Spiny isn't a color. This little bastard can appear anytime after the first 30 seconds of a race and is the most sporadic item in the whole goddamn game. I have had races where none gets sent out for the entirety of it, and some races where it can come out 3 or more times in a row. With the Mushroom Cup finished, I'm going to swap around who I race as to keep it somewhat visually interesting, so please keep up. Mario Circuit is more of a course than Luigi Circuit, seeing it has at least 2 shortcuts. Mario Kart Wii also introduced one of the more misunderstood power-ups, the Thunder Cloud. Okay, technically it originates from the arcade games. If those had Ghostly Adventures Pac-Mans, we don't need to acknowledge them. You get a good speed boost, you don't slow down when you're off the course, and it adds an element of strategy by hurting you if you have it for too long. Most people complain because if you bump it off to someone, they can just bump it right back, but that's not the item's fault, that's yours for doing it on a straightaway. Idiot! The Coconut Mall is funny. Haha, you just got Coconut Mauled. Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to enjoy pure art. I'm taking a second away from talking about the mechanics to gush about this course. Mario Kart Wii overall has some pretty good courses, only a couple of them stand out to be extremely good, and Coconut Mall is the crowning jewel of them. Is it my personal favorite track? Not quite, but before you get the pitchforks out, it's obviously in my top 3. Please, don't hurt me. Following a fantastic course like that is going to be tough, but thankfully DK Summit is just good. This course helps a struggling YouTuber like myself segue into another of Mario Kart Wii's definitive features, the introduction of the trick system. Approaching a half pipe or a ramp, shake the Wiimote like there's a rabbit inside and you do a trick, netting you a neat animation and a speed boost. Choosing which of these two things is more important is practically impossible. Topping off the Flower Cup is Wario's Gold Mine, a course that's so difficult for an early course that it feels like an omen for what's to come in the Special Cup. As a kid, I despised this course for being so difficult at the halfway point, but as a hardened, grizzled adult, I still find it kinda tricky, but enjoy it far more. This is one of my personal favorite tracks, easily sitting in the top 3 with Coconut Mall, now making Flower Cup the new top dog in the game. I hope it's proud. Starting the Star Cup is Daisy Circuit. Look, I get the appeal of this track, I do, it's pretty, and I like the cute statues, but I'm gonna be honest, for a Star Cup track, and especially coming off the heels of Wario's Gold Mine, it's kinda boring, so I need a new talking point. The game has an overall normal roster with just a couple weird ones. Everyone from the previous game Double Dash is back except for Paratroopa and PD Piranha. PD Piranha was missed dearly up until his reappearance, and nobody has missed Paratroopa. Seriously, I think the amount of people who want Paratroopa back is equal to the amount of people with smallpox. Some new additions include Baby Peach and Baby Daisy because we need more child endangerment. Baby Peach was in Partners in Time, so I can give her a bit of a pass, but Baby Daisy was spawned from the void where she will one day return. Despite Paratroopa's absence, we got Koopa Cape as our next Star Cup course. It's a lot of people's favorite. Not mine. It's not a bad track by any means, I just wish it was more memorable or more Koopa themed. I remember the Unagi eels at the end of the track more than any of the Koopa memorabilia. There's also Rosalina and Funky Kong. Rosalina makes perfect sense considering Galaxy's success, but Funky Kong is a mystery. He was absent for a while when Rare was bought by Microsoft, randomly showed back up in some Donkey Kong spin-offs, and was unceremoniously drafted into the Mario Kart War. I mean, I'm not complaining, he's one of my favorite characters of the game, he apparently has the best stats, and I love his really weird inclusion. I'm just not unlocking him for the video because he requires 4 expert time trials and I don't have the time to grind those out. Maple Treeway is a goddamn national treasure. It's beautiful with its fall aesthetic, it's got a fun layout with lots of twists and turns and ramps, and it has giant wigglers. Look, if I manage to make this video come out on Wednesday, thank me. Speaking of beautiful, I'm gonna say it, I like how this game looks. Is the bloom a bit much? Yes. Do half the characters look like they would hurt to step on? Yes. A third question using some common criticism about the game's graphics? Yes. But god damn it, maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's not, but every pixel of this game's style is burned into my brain. You show me this specific patch of grass and I can tell you it's Mario Circuit Wii. Grumble Volcano closes out the Star Cup, and I really don't get why a lot of people don't like it. It's difficult for how far in the Grand Prix it is, but not frustrating. It's themed with lava and fire that doesn't detract from the Bowser Castle courses that also use lava, going more for a New Super Mario Bros. World 8 vibe. But more importantly, it has a really broken shortcut in Time Trials mode that I abused as hell when I saw it on YouTube as a kid. Heading into the final cup of the main Grand Prix, I've pretty much ran out of talking points for gameplay for now, so we'll focus on the last 4 courses. Dry Ruins, I hope you like sand. Another one that gets too much flack in my opinion. It does some neat things like Yoshi Sphinx. I'm terrible with riddles, and furthermore I'm terrible at translating Yoshi, so I'll be dead within a week. Moonview Highway is stupidly beautiful and really frustrating, but a fun kind of frustrating, like giving your cat medicine. It's a highway with cars and trucks barreling down it, and it wouldn't be so hard to handle if these bomb cars didn't exist. The computer racers like to hit these things and cause us both to go exploding like, what did you think you'd accomplish with that? Bowser's Castle, a classic. I love the wobbling floor, the giant Bowser statue, and the use of lava everywhere. I also like how it uses very similar colors and themes to Grumble Volcano, but has a much different tone to it. This is honestly my favorite Bowser's Castle from any Mario Kart. Something about it just feels so iconic and timeless with it. My only complaint is it's not really that difficult. Like, for a Bowser's Castle and a course in Special Cup, it's not that bad, especially compared to what comes next. Rainbow Road. The hardest and longest track in the game, filled with hairpin turns, multiple iconic set pieces, and incredible presentation. Like, that Earth still looks great, and you catch on fire when you fall like you're entering the atmosphere, and have you heard this music? This is honestly my personal pick for the best course of the game. I have never had a dull game on this version of Rainbow Road. Whether you got the dumbest of computers or the toughest of real opponents, you'll always have a memorable race here. And that is all the original courses Nintendo made. But hey, they didn't stop there, they brought back some of the courses from previous games. How many previous courses did they add? A lot. 16 retro courses. Now, given I just gave summaries on the 16 new courses and my thoughts went as far as this one's a circle and this one's not a circle, it's time for the retro course lightning round. Peach Beach, I like the ducks. Yoshi Falls, a fucking circle. Ghost Valley, I see a lot of ghosts, not a lot of valley. Mario Raceway, there's this pipe and this big turn, will that be on the test? Sherbet Land, worst course in the game, I hate ice. Shy Guy Beach, second worst course, I hate sand. Delfino Square, solid course and one without a witty comment. Although, is acknowledging the witty comment a witty comment itself? Waluigi Stadium, he could afford giant fireballs but not real piranha plants. Desert Hills, I fucking love sand again. Bowser Castle 3, giant lava bath. Jungle Parkway, I like this one big ramp that's different from any other ramp in the game, but that's it. GameCube Mario Circuit, that's right, we're making Mario Circuit 2! Mario Circuit 3, the one with Sandman and Venom. Peach Gardens, Over the Hedge. DK Mountain, pure, unadulterated art. I want to eat this course. Nintendo 64 Bowser's Castle, better than 3, worse than Wii, 7 Martys out of 10. And that is every course in Mario Kart Wii. Once you finish the last course of Lightning Cup, you get the credits and this commemorative photo, which is nice, but I really wish I could play as a monkey. Holy shit! But yeah, that's the Grand Prix mode completed. 32 courses, some were great, some were Sherbet Land. It's a shame because even though you have all the courses now, there's not much incentive to go back and replay them in single player. Like, you just did all the Grand Prix. If only the game had something like 3 different engine classes so that I could do the races again at different speed. Mario Kart Wii has 3 engine classes, 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc. These probably mean something if you understand what an engine class even is, but for North Dakotans like me who can't tell the difference between a 2007 Toyota Corolla and a cardboard box, these are the difficulties. 50cc is designed for the elderly and the disabled. Computers are at the easiest, and carts are at their slowest. 100cc is a little more hardcore, being targeted at those who can actually spot Mario on a police lineup. I'll give you a hint, he has a mustache. It also introduces an important change from 50cc, that's the removal of 2 wheels. Bikes in Mario Kart. Say it with me. This title's a fucking lie. Bikes in Mario Kart controls similarly to karts, but with a couple key differences, that being wheelies and a smaller drift boost. Smaller drift boost is as it says on the can, you can only drift up to blue and not yellow like karts, and doing a wheelie gives you a speed boost on straightaways but makes it harder to turn. Time for my controversial political opinion. I don't think bikes are explicitly better than karts. Everyone who tries to play this game competitively says bikes are better because you get more speed overall, but I can do just fine with karts. Hell, I sometimes do better with karts. I personally think karts are better with courses with a lot of turning and drift potential, while bikes are better for the more straight and narrow ones. Whoop-de-doo, I cracked Nintendo's code. Back to funny number 100. Obviously, I'm not going to just go over every course again, even though it'd be a really easy way to hit that ad revenue video length. All you need to know is 100cc ramps up the difficulty by making the computers more competent and the top speed higher. Other than that, it's just all 32 courses again, but with less wheels than before. So since I want to fill some time before hopping into 150cc, let's talk about the music of this game. Mario Kart Wii is not only the best overall Mario Kart, but it also has the best overall music. Don't fight me on this, I have illegal weaponry and you'll lose. I don't know how else to show you than by playing the tracks for a bit and hiding meme songs in them like I did earlier. If you didn't catch it then, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I hope somebody stumbles across this video and likes those mashups and lives with the knowledge full versions will statistically never happen. After blasting the Reese's Puffs rap loud enough to hear from Rainbow Road, I finished with 100cc and on to the last challenge of the game, 150cc. This is the real challenge, only for the most hardcore Mario fans, the kind who do Champions Road, the kind who do the boss rushes in all the RPGs, the kind who can name who this character is without googling. This was a test and you probably didn't pass. 150cc is the most difficult default engine class. Computers are at their hardest, vehicles are able to go their top speeds, and players have the option of karts or bikes. Is there anything specific of note to make splitting up the engine classes in the video feel worthwhile? I can get through Sherbet, land faster, so more developers get to go to heaven. This is all from the perspective of single player. What do you get when you play with others? Hell on earth. But like, the fun hell. Like giving your cat meta. Now, I may or may not be able to record multiplayer footage, so future editing StupidWizard, put here if you were able to. And also put here if you actually played multiplayer in the past week or so, and if it's still fun. Outside of regular races, there's time trials, and I stink at these. You get 3 mushrooms and you just pick a course and race a ghost left behind by a developer. I can do the regular time trials just fine, but when it comes to the expert ones that go towards unlocking characters like Funky Kong, I might as well be elderly and disabled. And then there's battle mode, because of course there is. Nothing too special, 2 teams in arena with only 2 game modes, popping balloons or gaining debt. Although it's only up to 4 players, except for the instance of Alone and Ugly, where it's only me player, and the rest of the team is computers. And it always feels like the computers on both sides don't have any real strategy, they just kind of bumble around and throw items all willy-nilly. This means in cases where you're trying to do tricks on Funky Stadium because it's the best battle course in all of Mario Kart, the rest of your team is doing nothing as the score sits at a number I shouldn't read aloud. And that is Mario Kart Wii. 32 amazing courses, a wide variety of great characters, the most sporadic gameplay, and in my opinion, the overall best Mario Kart game. Do other games have better battle modes? Maybe. Do other games have better single-player offerings? Probably. But Mario Kart Wii is so crazy with its item pools, its character metas, its shortcuts, that it is no wonder the game has had such longevity in the hearts and minds of gamers all over. Thanks for watching. This was a fun video to work on. This thanks for watching segment is kind of a loose, not scripted. A couple things to say. 1, the music you're hearing in the background of this remix is done by my friend Taxpayer. You can check them out. They have a YouTube and a Twitter. They don't post much to either, but like, I'm plugging them anyways because they made this remix for me. The other remixes were made by me though. And subscribe if you want, comment, like. You know, I'm gonna ask you, please comment and like. It apparently drives the video more. I don't know how else to like get you guys to comment. Comment if you want some of those remixes made, like extended full versions. Something, I don't know. Oh, also I did unlock Funky Kong. I lied to all of you. You've all been bamboozled and lied to. So get dunked on, and I'll catch you in the next upload.